All right, y'all. Sit down, lie down, squat down. Part 3, meet Cowboy, and this is leading up to the engagement. So, he had given me, prior to us getting engaged, we're not married yet. Although people already call you my husband. Like, they always ask, how's your spouse, how's your husband? I'm like, well, he will be. Yeah. I told you that yesterday.
Oh, that's right, you did. Okay.
I don't think he listens to me sometimes. I swear, sometimes when I'm talking, he just tunes me out. And I'm like, did you hear what I said? Oh, What did I say? Well, what you just said. That's when I know you're not listening. I'm like, he's watching the game. He's not even paying attention to me. Anyways, I'm not going to get upset about it. So we had gone on we had dated a couple months at this point, and he had surprised me. Was it the week of my birthday? No. Oh, I got to tell you all about that one too. It was the week before you got me the promise ring, and he had got me a sapphire diamond promise ring, which I typically wear on my right hand now. It was my birthday weekend. Y'all got to hear this story. This is the case. We weren't engaged yet, but I had the promise ring, so I was already wearing the promise ring on my left hand. And he wanted to get me 2 pairs of cowboy boots. Actually, no. We went in there for some gray cowboy boots because the other ones I wear to ride the horse. So he was like, I'm going to get you a new pair of cowboy boots. I was like, oh, yeah. So I was excited. So we walked into the store, and that sales guy followed us pretty quick.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So he was staying real close. The sales guy was staying real close to me. And I remember Cowboy had looked up because he had gone over looking at some stuff. And he noticed everywhere I went, the sales guy went. So, so he comes over. And Cowboy comes over. And I had tried on a boot. And I was like, oh, crap, it's stuck. Couldn't get it off. So the sales guy comes scooping over and he goes, I'll help you. And okay, tell him what you said.
I got this.
He goes, I got this. Don't be groping on my girl's leg.
No, I got this.
And so the guy was like, oh, okay, no problem. Well, he was still hanging around. So there was a pair of boots. So we found we picked out the gray pair. So there's another pair he kept looking at, and I had no clue, but he had already decided that he was going to get me this pair if they had it in my size, which we looked and found my size. So you tell the story when I was trying on the boot, because you saw it go down. I didn't see it.
Oh, the salesman?
Yes.
Oh, he was looking down your shirt. You know?
Well, I know, but I mean,
he was looking down your shirt and his eyeballs and fell out of his head, and and I just looked over at him and I just shook my head no, and he turned around and got lost.
He's gone. Because when I lifted my head, and mind you, this happened like 30 seconds. When I lifted my head up, I was like, oh, well, the sales guy's gone. And he goes, sure is. And I said, what happened? He goes, I'll tell you later. I'll say, oh, okay. I don't know what that's about, but I didn't know until he told me later. But that he'll bring up sometimes. Like when we drive by the store, that's the store. But it's funny to me now.
It is, but it's okay to look, but it's not okay it's disrespectful to another man when another guy looks and try to get his jollies off, your girlfriend. And I don't like that. I don't.
Get that.
Be respectful. Be respectful to other men's ladies and move on.
I get that. So, and yeah, at the time we were just boyfriend and girlfriend. We weren't even engaged yet. Right. So, let's fast forward to the engagement. So now comes the night that, he's trying to play. Why are you shaking your head? So I'm going to tell you why he's shaking his head. Because little did I know at this point. I'm going to tell you what his plan was, and then I'm going to tell you what happened. So his plan was to take me to this restaurant that I like to eat at. We were going to have dinner. Then he was going to take me to this lake, and it's a private lake. And he was going to take me there. And he had the whole speech planned out. He was going to were you going to sit me on the bench?
Yes.
Put me on the bench, and then he was going to drop to a knee and propose. Also, I didn't know he was going to propose with 2 rings. So, and one I wear, the black diamond is the one I wear. It's got a cush setting, and I wear that when I'm on the horse, training, or whatever I'm doing with the horse, because I don't want anything to happen to what will be my wedding set. So, he's on his way up, and he said, "Is there a storm coming?" And I said, "Oh yeah, it's about to hit." And it was pouring. So there went that plan. So he had to come up with plan B. Well, turns to find out, the restaurant, I don't know how you manage this. The restaurant he made reservations at was in Oklahoma. And I was like, this restaurant's in Oklahoma. If we have to be there at 7, we should have left an hour ago. He was like, oh no. Were you driving when you made the reservations or something? So you weren't able to see it real good?
That is correct. I was driving.
So he was driving, making reservations, and called the wrong place. So that was out. And he's just sweating. And I'm like, why are you sweating so much? And he goes, tonight is a big night. I have something special planned. And plans are not going accordingly. I said, you know what? Then plan B. Well, plan B fell through too. I said, then that's fine. That means plan A and plan B wasn't meant to be. So we just need to go with the flow. And we just need to relax with everything. He was like, okay. We wound up, actually, the restaurant we went to was way, way, way more elegant, way more romantic. I think the food was better at that restaurant.
Yes, I agree. It was very good.
Well, and we went to a private room. Like, there was only it was just us and 2 other couples, I think. It was very private, and I liked that. It was just a very intimate setting at this restaurant. And so we're getting ready to go, honestly. And I go to do my rounds with the animals. The kid's bunny had passed away. I said, oh no, I think he's gone. He goes, he gone. I said, what are we going to do? He said, call the kids. So I call them. And I'm like, do you want us to wait? Do you want us to go ahead and bury him? What do you want us to do? And they're like, just go ahead and bury him. We'll say goodbye when we get home. So they asked for him to just mark where he buried the bunny. And so and it's pouring rain. This poor man is outside digging his hole for this bunny, and it's pouring rain. And then the blue heeler is just constantly barking at him, trying to get him to pay attention. And blue heelers will nip at your heels. That's just instinctive what they do, because they're herd dogs. Well, he nipped at him, and he goes, get off me. Nipped at him again, and he spoke to him sternly and said, no, you cannot, no. So, gets the whole dog, comes back in, gets the bunny, obviously puts the bunny in a bag, the way you're supposed to, goes to take him outside, dog grabs the bunny and takes off with the bunny. So,
sack and all.
And I didn't know. I was inside getting ready. So this whole time, I'm getting ready. He's chasing the dog in this rain because the dog's got the bunny. He's just like, well, this night is not going according to plan. So, he gets the bunny buried. Comes in, he gets ready, we go. We get to the restaurant, we're sitting in the restaurant, and he's kind of asking me some questions. And I was like, what is going on with you? You just keep sweating. Like, I've never seen you sweat so much. And I said, I'm really nervous because tonight's a big night. And that's when he pulled out 2 boxes. And I said, well, what's this? And that's when he walked over and dropped to a knee and asked if I'd marry him. And of course I said yes. And so that he asked me, he said, well, the plans I really had after dinner was to go to the lake. Well, it was pouring rain. I said, no, let's just go home. Kids were gone, so we had the house to ourselves. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, let's just go home. And we wound up just spending time together. And we wound up after that watching a movie. And just very relaxed. And which I liked. And so now the restaurant that we're going to go to every year, there's one every year for my birthday now.
Yes.
And then every year on our anniversary, the restaurant he proposed to me is where we're going to go.
Yes.
So what would you say is the life lesson on this one?
Life lesson is when things don't go your way.
Or according to plan.
Right, or according to plan. Some things are just not meant to be that way, and it'll work itself out. Just remain calm. Look for other alternatives, and things will be better at the end.
Well, and I think that's life.
True. That is life. That is life.
Life doesn't always go the way we want it to. Doesn't always go according to plan, and life's not always fair. But I look back on some of the most hardships I've gone through, and and like I've said before, it's your hardships that define you and your character and who you are. But there's this country song. I forgot who sings it now. It talks about you got to roll with the punches. It's a new one. Cody something. I can't remember the guy's name.
Oh, is it Cody
Jinx? I think it's Cody Jinx.
Cody Jinx? I don't know.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
I'll have to look it up now. Now I don't even know who it is.
I don't know. I kind of like...
Hard Times is the name of the song.
I don't know. I kind of like Life's a Dance.
Talking about by Garth?
No, John Michael Montgomery.
Okay. That's another one I didn't think about.
Yep.
That's true. Okay. So that's the life lesson. Things are not always going to go your way. Things are not always going to go according to plan. But that's part of life. You got to roll with the punches. You got to roll with it. And you got to go with it. And know that it always will work out. You may not see it in the time. You may not see it in that moment. And sometimes the things we go through, when you can't see the forest through the trees, when things are rough. But once you get through the forest and you get to the other side, hopefully you learn some valuable life lessons so you don't repeat history, number one. And number two, it wasn't meant to be the way you wanted it. Higher power had a better idea. All right, y'all. Please and thank yous are a must. Smile never hurt no one. Be cognizant of the things you say and how you say them, because kindness is priceless. Have a good week. Bye, y'all.